See. Okay, so now it is recording.
Yeah.
We are doing the interview together. The interview will be published, but you, as the interviewee, you can say at any time that we will take down the video again.
Okay.
Okay. So, Aya, welcome. For the beginning, I would be really happy if you can just introduce yourself a little bit, because so far I don't know much about you. Can you just say a little bit about who you are and what you're doing?
Okay. Hello. Aya Ashour. I'm 22 years old. I live in Gaza all my life, and I recently graduated from the factually law, special international law, and I'm a human rights activist and advocated about women's and children's rights. I work as a volunteer in so many civil society organizations here in Gaza, or international organizations like UN Women or European Union. So in this time I work with the Italian agency to help people here in Rafah. But before, in October, December, and November, I was work with UNRWA in shelter in Nuseirat camp, in the middle of Gaza Strip. My work was helping pregnant women and the children to provide some assistance for them, like physical support and financial support, some needs that they need. Also, I was work like fundraiser for some activities or yeah, like I was work like to get money from outside Gaza to help people here in clothes, provide to them clothes or food or anything they need. So and now I work as a social media in social media, sorry, for the agency in from Italy here. So yeah, that is.
Okay.
I also have I live with my family in a tent. When we when us leave our home in the south um, in October, we displaced to home, after that to shelter, and after that to tent, then then to tent, and at least now I live with my family. They are 10 persons in a tent in Rafah here.
Can you just tell me where you lived before?
Sorry. In El Mughraqa. It's a village, small village. It's before the Wadi Gaza, the borders that the ITF lined it as a dangerous place.
Yeah. Okay. If it's okay for you, then we will just talk like about the beginning and the evacuation quickly, and then we will talk more about your situation now in Rafah and your work, and maybe also how your living situation.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe you can just talk a bit about the beginning of the war, or like how you experienced this, or like for
Okay.
example.
In the first day, I was a speaker in a conference in Italy through via Zoom, and I was talk about violations that Israeli occupation um, forces against women in Palestine in general. Sexual violations, physical violations, legal violations. So I was a speaker in this conference, and the sound of bombs and rockets uh, was clear in my conference, and the people in Italy was showing me clearly and how I was afraid and talking little, and after that to complete my speech. So it was a very bad day. I remember. It was the first day for me to get a training in law in our university after the graduation. So um, I did not imagine we will live all of this until now. All of this violations, all of this suffering, um, and I like so it will end after 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month, but until now we are in the 6 months maybe, and it's not end. So yeah, that is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Just because you described the situation now, also, so you were kind of in a Zoom meeting when you noticed it starting, right?
Yeah.
So like, it's a stupid question, but like, how did you react, or like, then how did you get home, or?
Yeah. No, there was internet, and I was in my home, and I was feel I'm just in my home and I can talk. And I'm not in my home. I'm in my friend's home, and I don't have internet right now in my tent, so I'm here today. Um, and in these days, I don't know. I feel like I have to talk about the violations that we as a Palestinian woman faced from the Israeli occupation, and uh, my talking in these days, not in this day, I mean in that day was important to record and show the world what we live really in Gaza.
Yeah, yeah. Have you been like collecting data on the situation of Palestinian women before that? Or like you've been kind of
Again.
a consultant? You say you studied law, right?
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
worked in UNRWA.
International.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
So,
was work and so what?
no, so you have been collecting data on the situation of Palestinian women, or you have just had been collecting experience, and you were telling this now to, you were telling this to on a conference. Is that right? Just to understand.
Look, I spent my life from my my university years to advocate about human rights, especially women's and children rights. So I have experience in peer educator and um, in civil society organization. I was gave some lecture in women's rights, political women's rights,
Mm-hmm.
um, the rule of women in peace and security, um, gender-based violence, the violence that women faced from Israeli occupations. And my search graduation was talking about the role of women in peace and security according to the UN, the resolution of UN security. Um, that is talk about the role of women in peace and security. So I was having an experience in this field, and now I feel like I live this all of these violations in this world. Not just me, all women here faced these violations.
You mean at the current moment also?
Sorry.
You mean at this moment or in the last months now also?
Yeah, in this moment and in the last months. Because if you can imagine that you live all of your life in one place, you don't have the right to leave. You don't have the right to be apart from the political life or to represent your country. So all of this was like a violations. And especially the women in West Bank faced another kind of violations. They live many years in prison. No one talk about them. Um, um, they faced Israeli army in the checkpoints, and all of this include sexual violations, for example. Um, so the Palestinian women face these violations not from now, uh, from the Nakba, and it's continue until now.
Yeah. Can you talk a little bit about your experience, maybe even in the moment where you're in now? You're in Rafah right now, right? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Can you talk about this also, maybe from the perspective of a woman and the situation of women right in this very moment?
Okay. Look, I feel like all the violations we live before this war was shocking, because what we live right now is more than what we can imagine. Um, for example, women here faced difficult situations, like they lost their family. They live without their family, and their life changed 100%. 100%. So um, if you can imagine that you live in your home, you have all things you need, your children around you, but now you live in a tent, faced all of this difficult um, challenges, like how to get water, how to get food, how to get, for example, your clothes, your I don't know what the meaning of uh, when you are in your period, you use
like hygienic products.
Yeah.
Mm.
There is difficult. There's women face difficult in provided this for them. Um, so you faced difficult to wash your clothes. You don't have privacy, not to live your life or your privacy. Like you can imagine that you live with maybe 20 person in the same tent. You always wear hijab. because not all of them from your family, for example, your brother or father or like this, maybe your cousin, your uncle. So the violations also that related in sexual rights, uh, especially for women who is married, and the violations that related in working for meals, uh, to, uh, to go to anywhere to have, sorry, to have uh, to have water or to have food, um, and there is a woman I faced when they asked help from me, and I don't have anything to give to them. Like, I just need a clothes, and I don't have money, or I don't have a power to help them. Um, or when I hear some stories about their life and what we live in the south or in the north, and I feel a difficult um, feelings when I leave my mom every day to work in the tent, and I go to my work. Um, it's hard really to washing your clothes on the land and get some the water uh, from um, some places. So I I don't know. Maybe I can talk about all the violations that we are faced here because it's a lot. But what I know is it's hard to get our life back and to live like what we live in our homes. Uh, the concept that include a displaced women right now, it's hard because we ever never imagine uh, we can live all of this. So when any woman lost her husband or her brother or her sister, um, it's hard to complete her life after that, because especially if they lost their husband or their son, um, not because they are men, but because it depends on them for a lot of things in her life, to get food or to get water, because women don't have the power uh, that men have, and this is not like this is not my perspective, but this is the perspective for all our people here. You can carry on big liters or of water from a place to a place, or flour in your bag, and your power does not does not be okay, or it's not healthy to you. So the the difficulty here to carrying the water, for example, from a place to a place, or the floor from a place to a place. It's like this.
Mhm, mhm. So, do you divide, for example, in your family now, do you divide the tasks regarding gender also?
No. Look, I refuse everything that related in gender-based violence. Like, I don't believe in these sentences, but our community believe in this because they grow up like this. Uh, but no, I work, my brother work, and we we have to work together to get or to make our life more easier in this world. So no,
Mm. I mean, I
I
was
think
asking because you say, like, for example, it is a physical strength to bring water, for example, or bring flour, right? It is a physical
yeah, yeah.
element. So I wonder if you divide tasks like getting water or like finding wood for the fire, like regarding gender or like regarding the physical level you have, the physical power you have.
Um, not from a gender perspective, but
Mhm.
from the perspective of my family, from a healthy perspective. Like I don't have this healthy or this power to carry the water from place to place, but maybe my brother can do.
Yeah.
I can work and help my family to get food, to paying something we need, or I have a relationship that can help me to get something I need in this place. So we work together to make this difficult challenges go on, and not to 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 live this war and accept it. No, just to live the minimum difficult from challenges that we faced.
Mhm. Mhm. Um, you said you started working in Rafah now for like an Italian agency, right?
Yeah,
Um, so you found this job probably just a few months ago, right? Or maybe weeks ago, or you started this job like very newly, right?
uh, and when I come to Rafah here, and uh, in the first I work in psychological support for children
Mm.
uh, with in a shelter. Um, and after that, uh, I start a new job that related in with the Italian agency for development. That this agency work in Gaza before this war, and it's continue right now.
Mm.
I worked with them as social media um, reports, and I write some stories about displaced families or persons here. Um, and yeah, I start from 1 month.
Mm. Just because you said this, you said like before, when you just arrived, you started working in psychological support for children, right?
Yeah, yeah,
This is really like, I mean, this also in our interviews, this is really a perspective that, of course, we don't get. We are missing the children's perspective, right? Or like how the
yeah.
children experience this.
You
So I
mean I
wonder
don't
if you,
have? You mean I don't have this experience in psychological supporting? Uh,
sorry, I didn't hear this.
you mean I don't have the experience in psychological supporting? So how I was working in this
No,
place?
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm no. My question, like what I said, is just my group doing interviews. We interview adults. We don't interview children. So we don't get the perspective from children or the experience of children so strongly.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
if you would be ready, it would be really important, I think, to talk a little bit about your experience in that job also. So
Okay,
how
yeah, I
was it
get
for
it.
you to to work there?
Um, I work in psychological supporting from the beginning in this work in Nuseirat camp in uh, in the shelters. Um, this experience was not easy for me because I'm a legal person. I just know the human rights and international law, but how I can deal with the children in this situation. But I feel I have to make anything for these children who faced this situation, and they are like homeless, not just displaced. So we was do some activities for them in the class. You know, the displaced families live in classes in the schools,
Yeah.
um, and we was making some activities for them, like drawing, or I was open my laptop for them and let them show see films, cartoon films, um, and he was playing together, uh, tell us the stories about what they live and they come from where, or what they live uh, in their way. So the children here, they have dreams, they have talent, they have everything, but they lost everything at the same time. Um, you can imagine that there was some children have a talent in singing or in drawing, and when I saw their work in our activities, I was shocked because they the word the word is so difficult uh, in dealing with them. They live a lot of things that they don't have to live, like um, if you can imagine that the school or the shelter, there is just maybe 7 or 10 bathroom. Okay, so they have to wait a lot of time to go to bathroom, or they have to wait a lot of time to get water, to get food, to sleep. If you can imagine, they sleep with their mothers or with their families in a place or in the classes. Um there may be more than 50 person in the same class. So I noticed something on them, like the standard of sorry, Dima, what's the meaning of شو يعني عنف? Violence, yeah. The standard of violence is more is developed in their behavior, like they hitting they hitting each other. Maybe they can hitting another person, a strange person, because there is a violence practice on them from the Israeli occupation, and this violence they practice between them, because there is no way to express about the feeling or about what they live. So the standard of violence, was more developed.
Yeah. So you feel it was often difficult for the children to be so close together with these
Yeah,
with this
yeah,
direct
yeah,
experience.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
But this must have been really challenging for you. I mean, because of what you said, because you say you have a legal background, not a psychological background, right?
So, do you want to talk about my challenges that I faced?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. Maybe I get some training in lifestyle for children or for adults, and get some lecture for girls in their schools after this work. Um, and I have a little experience in the um, psychological supporting part. What I faced in the shelter was more difficult about what I imagined. Um, maybe there's some children, um, I don't know how to deal with them, especially the children have who have, like, for example, disease, or have a psychological a problem, like down, like
Down
تلازمة
syndrome?
down.
You mean Down syndrome?
Yeah. Um, so in this point, I faced uh, challenges to deal with them, because I don't have a psychological ground, but I try to deal with them. I was trying to open internet and reading about how to deal with them, how we can support them. I also was asking my friends from outside Gaza, like I have my friends from Lebanon or my friends from Egypt. Um, they are experts in this field, and I was asking them how to deal with this children or with these kids. So and after that, I was so tired from this working, and I decided to leave this field, because it was really hard to continue this work. Um, and for this reason, I work right now with Italian agency,
Yeah. Can I just
because
ask,
I
like,
feel like, yeah, I I I was feel like I don't have this power to face all of these feelings that children live, and they come to talk with me, and I hear their stories, and I don't have I I don't have the power to deal with it, or to support them, because I spend maybe 4 months in this work, and I get enough from this. So my friends could continue in this working, and I follow them. So yes,
mm, the other people working in the shelter, or like in this psychological support, they were some of them psychologists or therapists, or many of them were from a different background, like you also?
yeah, many of them from different background. Um, I feel like all of us turn to psychological support or therapist, because all of what we need right now, someone who support us, just. So yeah, there's a lot of them from a different background, but there is some organizations or campaigns that give them a training how to deal with the children in shelter, how to face their disappointment or their feeling. So
Mm.
yeah.
Because I mean, it's a war, so I assume that everyone is psychologically suffering. How do you feel like it's for you as an adult? Like, where do you get your support, or does this not even have time in this situation of survival?
uh, I I don't know. I have a lot of friends outside Gaza, and all of them support me. but I don't know. We have to support ourselves. I feel in that because all of persons here, all everyone here have enough um bad feeling or disappointment, and you don't have the power to talk with each other. But at the same time, um, we support each other. My friends, for example, Elena, she stay in their home in the south, and right now I'm missing her. For example, um, when I lost my friends, Hiba, she murdered an Israeli bombing in her homes. Uh, for example, my mother support me, my other friends. When I lost my uncle, um, my friends support me. Um, so and I try to deal with myself like I try to don't get bad feeling control me, because if I do this, I will never ever have the power to continue in this situations. Um, I also try to support, for example, my mother, my father, my sister, um, and I have a lot of foreign friends from Italy, from Algeria, from Egypt, from Jordan, from Lebanon, from Syria. All of them support me really. When the Israeli occupations cut the communication on Gaza, I feel like there is no one can I can talk with him or with her. Um, I'm missing the feeling to hear someone calling you, or to hear the voice of someone on your phone. So in the same time, I said we don't have a power to talk with each other, but we have to support each other.
Mhm. Okay. How do you feel like, maybe less the psychological part, but more the practical part? How do you feel? Is there support also? Do you experience support? Like with some things you say, like sharing clothes, sharing food, or sharing some tasks, maybe with your
Yeah, yeah,
family, but also with maybe the neighbors or friends.
yeah, yeah, yeah. All of us here support each other from this side. Like when my cousin come to me and told me I don't have enough clothes, I give her my clothes, because I know we have to support each other. Um, our neighborhood and our camps. I told you I live in camps. There is more than 100 tents in this camps. We support each other. Like I don't have the kitchen tools. Maybe my neighborhood have. So we uh, we talk this from each other, or we sharing our food, for example, or our tools. Um, in my working also we support each other. For example, if I have an experience in something and my friends or my colleagues need to know about it, I give them all the thing I know. Um, also, like uh, when your neighborhood asking you to go together to another place, or to support another person, or another family in the same camps. We do.
Mhm. Mhm. Cool. Can you maybe also talk a little bit about your work now? I mean, you say you do social media, and you say like you share stories, for example, of displaced people, right?
Yeah, yeah. I work in I write in a newspaper, Italian newspaper,
Mm.
from October, about the situations here, the what I live, what I saw. Um, so I write the stories and articles about what we live here. Um, I try to get the world know what we live, and how we live. So this is a part I work with Italian newspaper. It's the name is in Italian Il Facto or something like this. Um and I work in social media for the Italian agency for development in Gaza.
Mm.
Um, um, I took a photos for our kitchen. We have a kitchen to provide. This agency have a kitchen here to provide the displaced families, to provide food for the displaced families. I give the photos and videos for children, also for women, um, for our life, and talking about it. Um, in English or in Arabic. Um, I was working as a content writer before this war. Um, I was write some stories about political and feminist women who work in this field in Gaza. It's like a success stories, and right now I write suffering stories for women. So um, it's hard to understand all of this.
Mm.
So yeah,
So you interview women or displaced families. Yeah.
yeah.
Do you feel this is easy? I mean, do you feel you find many people who want to give interviews in this situation? Although it's like a busy day and they have a lot of things to do normally and have to find water and everything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just try to talk with them because women's or displaced families here want to talk, want to talk about what they faced, how they live, and um, they need someone to hear them. So I don't face challenges to talk with them because they already need someone to hear them. So it's not difficult, but there is some women who maybe will be shying from talking to camera or um, to talking with them in general. Um, and the culture of camera in Gaza, it's not good because there are some persons who use to their own interest. Because so I just let them understand. I try to talk with them to let the world know what we live.
Hmm. 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 Yeah, understand. Mm. And I mean, how is this for you? Because I mean, you are experiencing the same thing at the same time. Do you feel like it's good for you to take interviews right now? I mean, make interviews with people, or do you feel it's also like
Uh,
emotionally difficult?
no, look, um, if you don't talk about our stories right now or what we live, no one can know what we live because I feel we have to talk about what we live and about our stories and the violence we faced. Um, it's hard to listen to some stories that I can't imagine if there is someone live all of this. Like if you talk with a woman, lost her family, all of them, uh, and she live in um, with she live alone here in tent in Rafah, um, and you maybe I feel like sometimes I have to help them, not just talking with them. I have to help them. Maybe sometimes I have a power or something to give to them or to help them, and sometimes I feel I don't have anything to do for them. Um, but despite all of bad feelings or emotional feelings that may be uh, difficult or it's already difficult to me, but I feel like we have to talk about our stories to let the world know what we live and how we live.
Mm,
If we are don't talking about us, no one can talk about us.
yeah. Do you feel there are some things, because you say like you also write articles, right? Um,
Yeah.
do you feel there are some aspects or details which the media does not talk enough about when we talk about Gaza?
Um. Yeah. Like for example, the I feel the world or the media just trying to show us as Gaza starving, Gaza under attack, Gaza. I don't know. I feel sometimes we have to save these hashtags because if we don't keep it on the media, the world will forget us. But I just hope if the world or the media talking about women's more children, um, how we live, and I don't know about what is on the media. Um, don't It's not like what we live because we can't showing all of our life or um, document all of our life. But I don't know. In this accept, I film a documentary film about what we live from October until now. It's like a personality documentary film, and I record everything we live, um, how we move from place to place or from tent to tent, and about our journey from uh, from Nuseirat camps to Rafah, and how we get food or waters or um, how I faced difficult in getting treatment or in getting my clothes or in getting a privacy, um, and how we faced the or try to living with this sounds of bombing and rockets. So I I feel like I have to record this film to let the world see what we live really. But unfortunately, I will produce this film after this war because I need support to to produce this film. So and I feel the 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 only way to let the world um, know what we live is a documentary film, because it's recording what we live already. So the 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 social media don't focus about all of things. That is right, but um, I don't know what they have to focus. But um, we have to focus about more about our feeling, like uh, like a displaced person. And sometimes I feel like if we used the term of displaced, it's not enough, because we are really homeless. I feel like this. Um, we don't have anything, and that is what homeless mean. So I don't know. Maybe I moved from subject to subject, but I
It's
try to
fine.
talk like what I feel.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Can I ask you a little bit about this feeling of homeless, or this feeling of living where you're living right now? Because I mean, I hear it, of course. Like I hear that in your background, it's very loud because probably there's a lot of people also, um, and I feel like maybe you were a little bit distracted sometimes because of the sound, right?
The internet is so bad I don't hear you.
Mm,
So
okay. Yeah. I I feel like there are many people around you, right? Or like I hear moving and people working.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah. Uh, in my friend's house.
Mm,
They they live in their not in their homes, in a home
mm.
that UNRWA paid to them to live here, because they work in UNRWA. So there is a children and there is families here.
Okay, I
More
see.
than 50 families live here. So because I don't have internet also in my tent, so I come to my friends to have internet.
50 families or 50 people?
50 people.
50 people. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Mm. Um, maybe this actually, like, I would like to ask you too, because you also worked in UNRWA for a while, right? The psychological support for children was also UNRWA, right?
The
Uh,
people here.
no, you worked in UNRWA for a while, right?
I was working with UNRWA in psychological supporting
Exactly.
for children and pregnant women.
Mhm. I wanted to ask because I know that many governments they stopped the funding for UNRWA. Like, and I
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah,
wondering if this is something you can actually witness or see in any way.
yeah, yeah. That is right. That is happen when I come to Rafah, and just a minute. جادو سيبوا له حاله شوي، ما تلعب فيه. Thank you. So this happened when I come to Rafah. Um, when some governments stop their funding to UNRWA. That is the result for this. The UNRWA stopping stop giving food or some services for displaced families. Like my family get, for example, flour or sugar or oil or eggs from UNRWA school, and in this in this period, this supporting was stopped, um, and even what is UNRWA give to the displaced families is not enough for them, because from 2 or 3 days, if you can imagine that, we get one eggs one egg for three per person
Mm.
from UNRWA. Like my family, we are 10 person. We get 3 eggs.
That's nothing.
So it's not, يعني, logically it's not enough for anyone. How you can sharing one egg with three person. So and from another wise, the displaced person here don't get their treatment or um, what they need. Um, there's some families live in the street. They need like tent or something to live in. But it's UNRWA don't give them all of what they need. Um, there are some families get one cover for 5 person in the same family,
A
and
cover, like a bed cover.
no, it's when you sleep, cover.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is not enough and not equal uh, at all stage, because we don't live like this before this war. We we was live in an equal way, at least from our point.
Mhm.
Uh, we don't imagine to get one egg for 3 person. So what is UNRWA to give or survive is not enough for people here, and there is more than 1 million people in Rafah, and
Mhm.
despite all this supporting, it's not enough.
No. Okay. Yeah. So we had a small internet problem. We're back recording. And when we came on right now, you already started talking a bit about evacuation plans. So maybe can you just continue from there a little bit?
Okay. In this time, I work on a GoFundMe campaign to leave Gaza with my family. Um, it already we don't have enough money to leave. You know the amount of this it's so huge. So it's $500 for everyone.
Five, isn't it 5,000? Right?
One
5,000.
5,000, yeah, five
Yeah.
thousand
Mhm.
dollars for everyone. So I try to work enough to get all of this money. We are 10 person, so I just want to still alive with my family. I don't want to leave them, especially if the Israeli occupation will. We lost our home, we lost our project, financial project. So we need to start a new life. We love Gaza, and I love Gaza, but I feel this city make us, I don't know, but um, I will make a cut and show you the tent around me.
Let's
I
see.
can.
Let's try. Let's try. Yeah. The internet is very shaky,
Okay.
but let's try.
Um, I wait. You can see
Yeah, I see the
here.
balcony. I see. Yes. Are these the tents?
You saw the tent around me
Yeah.
because I feel like I can't deal with our community. Um, I don't like to wear hijab, for example, or uh, I don't know. To be different is hard, especially in the Arab state, and your
Right.
thinking or how you want to live. So this was one reason why I want to leave Gaza.
Okay. Yeah. Even before the war, even you wanted to leave. Hmm.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah.
So
But I'm still surprised that you do Ramadan even in this situation. Just because of the food, uh, the
look,
circumstances.
the situation here in North is not difficult like what is in the South, because in the South they don't have anything to eat really. My friends in the South talked to me and told me they eating um um the paper of a tree.
Mm.
Um,
Leaves.
leaf. Okay, leaf. So situation there is so difficult, but here it's not not so good, but it's not bad. The huge of any food, the amount of any food is so huge. So we we as a person work and get money, try to get food, but for people or for families who uh, don't work or don't have money, it's a difficult. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. I understand. Um, but sadly, the internet cut before when you were talking about evacuation. You said you're collecting money with GoFundMe, but it's a lot. Um, is this something you have kind of like where you feel like you see a chance, like for example, a specific country? Because I mean, there's like this whole different process afterwards of getting a visa and starting a new, I don't know, yeah, getting a residence somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know. My dad want to go to Algeria because he think it's Arabic state and we can live there. Um, but I don't think that's all because I want to go to an European state. But despite all of this, we just try to go to a country we can start a life at least in a small amount. So and we just try to save our life. I don't want to lose my family or to live the the journey if the Israeli occupation comes to Gaza. Um, so I don't think we can do it at least um, after maybe 1 month or 2 months, but we try. Because we lost everything here in Gaza, our home and our financial project. Um, and after, if this war ends, we don't have anything to do here. So yeah, that is.
Mm-mm. Yeah. So you feel even if the war ends, you would not stay in Gaza with the family.
Sorry.
So even if the war ends, you would not want to stay in Gaza with the family, or your family wouldn't want to stay in Gaza.
My family wants to leave, and I want to leave, but I don't know. I feel like after this war, I want to stay here to help my people. I I believe in that. So if it ends as soon as I will stay. stay for 1 years, 2 years, because I feel it's we have to stay here, because maybe we have experience, or we have to uh, to help our people to build our city again. So, and my family will stay to for um the subject that related in building. Um, so maybe we will stay for 1 year or 2 years, but after that we will leave Gaza.
Okay, yeah, I understand. Mm.
Yeah.
Well, I am through with the questions that I wanted to ask you. Um, is there any topic or anything that you still want to share or talk about, which maybe I did not ask you for this interview?
Okay. Um, I just don't want to feel like this world forget us, because it's hard really to talk about yourself and about what you are live, and how we live, but this world maybe forget us, or um, don't hear our voice. So this is a point. Another point I want to talk about, um, our dreams, our life before this war. Um, we we want to achieve our dreams and our goals, like women, like youth, like children, um, and we have the right in this. So I just want to let the world understand that we need to live, and we love the life. It's not a duty to be persons without any dreams or without any goals. We don't have to be murder. We so I'm afraid I'm afraid to lose anyone I love. I'm afraid from losing my family or my body. Um, that is so difficult. And um, when we talk, like in this podcast, or in this like in this situation, or we feel like there is someone who can hear us, and the most important thing to feel there is someone can hear us, because we feel like the world outside Gaza is continual. They live their life. They have they achieve their dreams. They go where they want, but here we are stuck. So I just want to live like anyone in this world live, at least. Another thing, I'm so afraid to maybe the world can stop the working of UNRWA for Palestinian people and Palestine in general, because after that it will be a big problem, not just a problem. Um Palestinian will lost their life as refugees or as a normal person, and I'm afraid to from this war, and if it will continue for years, 2 years, or if the Israel occupation will occupy Gaza again. So I don't imagine our life with Israeli checkpoints and everywhere, like what is happening in West Bank. It's hard to imagine that. Also, I'm afraid about what is happening to my relative or my friends in the south. Um, I don't know. I feel everyone who can talk about us, he or she, have to talk about us and about rights and about violence that we are faced in Palestine in general, not just in Gaza. This suffering starts from Nakba and it's continuing until now, and no one can stop all of this. The problem is not just the Israel doing all of this. The problem is how can any power in this world can do all of this violations. So I just want to stay our voice here from the world, and maybe I lost my trust in the world in general, but I don't want to be a forget person one day because I'm not like this. I don't want to be like this. I spent my life defining about human rights and international law, and I want to continue on this field. My dream to be an ambassador one day, and I want to lose to this dream. Um, I don't want to feel like we are stuck in this world, and it will never ever end because I don't know. They will kill us, not just in bombing or in rockets. They will kill us from outside. So I just want to say also to remember us in everything or in every action or in every activities you do in your life because you lost everything and this is not your problem and it's not my problem and I don't know it's maybe the international community problem but your humanity uh, have not stopped you to defining about the humanity. Not just as a Palestinian, we faced all of this. So yeah, be close with the humanity, just in every place or in every where you are, just like this.
Thank you so much, Aya.
Thank
I will end the recording now and then we can continue talking a bit, okay?
Okay.